Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Yolk Heroes Along Tamago, which I love that pun title. Anyway, it is an incremental hero racing sim where you go off, or you train them up so they can go off and fight, kind of your classic JRPG Demon Lord. And so we're just gonna dive in and what? That is for Pam alone, and they are gone. Is that a Final Pam reference? No way. Maybe? It's the only thing I can think of. It's got to be an in-joke or a Final Pam reference. Land of Faria. Oops. Is under attack. Oh, Faria. Of course. Something must be done. Chapter 1. Frogs versus Fairies. This is so Game Boy it hurts in the best possible way. I miss games that look like this, legitimately. Hiya, I'm the Fairy Queen, transcendent to meet you. You are my guardian spirit, I just created you, right now. I'm pretty rad, right? Your role is very important. The iniquitous Frog Lord and his minions find fairies delicious. We do in fact taste like candy, so I do get it. However, this will not stand. Fairies hate being eaten. I'm going to create a hero to protect all of fairy kind. This hero will stop the Frog Lord's machinations. However, raising a kid is, really tough. I don't want to do it. So that's why I created you, my guardian spirit. You'll raise and guide the hero and save fairy kind. Now, my guardian spirit, will thou look after my Yolk hero? No. But thou must. No. But thou must. No. Come on. No. Bah. Are we going to have a problem here? Yes. Look. Okay, I get it. Here you are, brought into the world, just to serve me. I mean, I am pretty great. It just doesn't seem fair, does it? Yes. As in, yes, it seems fair? Well, then why are you complaining? No. Not as helpful a response as I was hoping for. So what do you do here? Help me help you. No. Right. Seems you can only say yes or no, which is kind of funny. I mean, rocks can't say anything. Okay, so what? Do you want more agency in your life? Yes. Well, I don't think that's gonna happen. You're a guardian spirit, you can't really do much. It isn't fair, but it's just what you are. No. Really now, so you think you're better? You think you're better than just being my guardian spirit? Yes. That's rude, I need you to be my guardian spirit. You have to save fairy kind. I can't do it, I'm busy. Look. I made you to do a thing. Your job, your reason for being, is to raise my Yolk hero, to guide them and save fairy kind. Why are you making this so difficult? Will you please just, please, can please, no. I'm gonna be honest with you. In another world, just about any other world, I would destroy you and start over. However, I don't have enough power to do that. You took most of what I had left. I can't make you do this. Wish I could. You're your own being. Your own guardian spirit. I need your help. All fairy... Okay, it's looped. Oh, no, never mind. They're so quaint. You haven't even met them. You're gonna love them. You have so many adventures to go on. So many incredible things to see. Just agree to help me. Be my guardian spirit. Come on. I'm gonna cry over here. Wow, they really put a lot of effort into this. I'm just gonna say yes at this point, but if you want to see no, feel free to pick up the game and try it yourselves and see what happens if you just fully resist. It's like... I think it's dirt cheap. Yeah, it's like $8. For, the amount of quality in this, that's a fair price, so let's say yes. Thank you. I owe you for this. Now, let's get to work. Now, watch as I form the hero. Don't look directly at me. I make a weird face when I use magic. I'm actually going to turn this game up. It's probably going to get louder later. I've done it. I'm pretty incredible. Huh? What do you mean it's not a hero? Oh, right, yeah, it's an egg. It's not a hero yet. It's just a Yolk for now. But soon it'll be a hero, a Yolk hero. Hey, that's catchy. This is where you come in. Watch over them as they grow. Guide them on their quests. Oh, hey, it's the menu fairy. Warning, one of those lengthy tutorials incoming. God. Okay, well then. This is a helpless elf egg. It needs you. There are hungry beasties out there looking for their next meal. The heat, rain, and wind can be dangerous to the egg too. Don't let the egg get too cold or too hot. You want to keep the egg's temperature just right. The longer the egg's temperature is in the perfect range, the healthier the hero will be when they hatch. This leaf is your tool to keep the elf egg healthy and safe. You can move it using the left and right arrow keys. You can also click it to move it. The leaf can be in one of 3 positions: left, top, or right. Moving the leaf will require energy though, so keep an eye on your energy meter. Don't worry too much though. If you lose this egg, you can always try again until you succeed. No one saved a kingdom without breaking a few elf eggs after all. That's horrifying. Yeah, we might as well let the egg lose a little bit of temperature. Because it seems to kind of heat up on its own. Okay, can't do too much. Oop. Yeah, we don't want the egg to cook. Interesting putting the leaf over the egg. Oh, I see. The predator is just going to keep coming towards us. But if we put the leaf up, it loses interest because it can't see us or something. Okay, there's a little bit more involved than I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be a pure incremental game. Egg hatched, HP 35, Strength 12, Dex 10, Int 13. Your Yolk hero is a slob, frail, and witless. Wow. Good work, Guardian Spirit. My Yolk has become Poke. Welcome to the world, little hero. What should we name it? What is our hero's name? Hench. Fairies are ill-equipped to raise anyone. For this reason, we'll let the local adventurers guild raise them. What better place for the hero to grow up? This is irresponsible. Well, kid, you're going to be lifting weights. The hero is hatched and is ready to face this big old world. So your continued job is the Guardian Spirit to guide them through life. Warning, another of those long tutorials coming up. Yay. Great, let's dive in. It'll take a bit of time for the hero to grow. This tells you how long before the babe becomes a toddler. Make sure they're physically fit to take on whatever they encounter. You can do so by training them. You'll need to train their dexterity, strength, and intelligence. The stats that don't add to your attack add to your defense, so try not to ignore any of them. Training can drain your hero's energy. Your energy depletes as you go along your day too. Your hero will need to go to the bathroom from time to time. Gross. All of us do. Do that here. And no one likes a smelly hero. Keep their hygiene up to keep your hero happy. After a long day's work, your hero will get tired. Raise their energy by resting here. There's also food. Grab a bite over here and recover some energy. On top of each meal replenishing a little energy, they also have other added benefits. Different activities have small mini games that can make them go faster. Each one has its own trick to it. See if you can figure them out. I thought this was going to be a full incremental game, but this seems like it's actually way more involved. You can queue up to 5 actions for your hero. Queued actions will show up on the top left of the screen. You can cancel a queued action by hovering your cursor over them and clicking the X that appears. Pressing tab will open the quick access menu, or QAM for short. From there, you can check your stats menu, or hover your cursor to the right of the game window and click on the window that pops out. And if you miss something, you can check up on what happened from the event log. You can open it from the quick access menu too. Nice, huh? Or hover your cursor over the very left of the screen and click the window that pops out. You can always put the game in the background and go about doing other tasks. This makes the game window smaller and mutes all audio. Also, your hero will keep working even when the game is closed, so be sure to queue up a few actions before you go. That's all for now. Kid, hello. Our Yolk hero is small now. When big enough, they shall go questing. It's their duty to stop the Frog Lord. Their sacred quest. For now, though, enjoy their youth. We'll talk more when they're a bit older. Just remember, all of fairy kind depends on your successes in this mission. Bye-bye. Okay. Well, train strength, dexterity, intelligence. Sure? I see. So I've got a mini game that I can do. Am I really here for 5 minutes? I guess I can get a lot of stats this way, but... I mean... how fast does it gain strength otherwise? Oh, Is it every time I do this, does it take like 10 seconds off the clock? Oh, did I not get it? There. Like my main question is like, oh yeah, it does take a chunk off of the meter. I was wondering, it's like this feels like it's equal parts going to require that I be active, but also seems like it's a lot of just fiddly bits. I'm curious about the differences, but there's probably a kind of like greater merits for being idle or not. Let's check our stats now. Hunger, hygiene, bladder. Yeah, I think we're fine. What was this? Do we want to... Okay. Do we want to do train dexterity? Sure, I'll do all of them. Oh. Seems like training dexterity might actually be a little faster, as long as you're on the ball. Or if you're not on the ball. It's maybe a little bit less reliable. I wish I knew the direction this was going in, at the very least. I do like the fact that there is active versus passive play. I think the main question is, like, how much of a benefit is there? Obviously, like, this makes the meter go faster, which means that our hero will have higher stats by the time they actually grow up. The main question is, like, does that really make a difference long term? Or could I just full idle this game because, like, we don't have to worry about it? Or is it one of those where it actually takes, like, multiple more hero iterations if you're playing full idle? I don't know. And it's one of those where it's like, I want to find out, but I also don't want to, like, be lazy about it. So what I'm probably going to do is spend this first 10 minutes being very active about this, and then if it doesn't seem like it has particularly major benefits, we're going to go full incremental soup here. I mean, obviously the higher stats are going to have a benefit, but... Okay, stats. Oh, idle settings. I'm the menu fairy. Nice to meet you. Before you start the game, you might want to check out the options. There are a lot of things to look at. This is an idle game. You can adjust what that means over here. Ooh. Okay, screen size, color palette, and some other things. Okay, this is cool. Idle settings. This is the idle menu, the real juicy stuff. Idle games often keep running when you're not around. Some of them, like this one, can even keep running when it's off. Let's see. Oh, event wait time infinite. So turn this on if you want the game to do just that. Auto scroll dialogue, if you turn this on, you won't have to push things. The dialogue will keep going. Good for fast readers or people who don't care about the story. Auto queue actions means the game will automatically queue up actions based on which stat you want to prioritize. None of that makes sense now, but it will as you play the game a bit. Event wait time is how long the game will wait when it hits a story point or a cutscene. If you have it on infinite, it'll wait forever. If you don't care about the story, set it to whatever time you want. If it hits a cutscene or other reason to stop after that amount of time, it'll move on. And, well, the game will just keep going. That's slightly concerning, but cool? I don't know. Let's see. Simulate when off. So simulate the game when off. I'm probably going to just leave that off, actually. Maybe? Yeah. I was hoping there would be some, like, settings for go faster. But that's okay. What is this? Hiya! Welcome to the Fairy Corner. As my guardian spirit, you will always have access to my wisdom and brilliance. You can stop at any time to glean from my vast knowledge. I can't always promise it will be useful info. You might want to check the fairy guidebook for that, but you're always welcome to come here at the heart of the forest and see what I have to say. Okay. So we can just get tips from her. I mean, sure. Even eating takes 2 minutes. Yeah, I don't think I can actually control this. I can just bring it up when I feel like it. It's probably useful. Okay, you know what? We're gonna at least partially incremental soup this. Namely from the perspective of, like, there are going to be times where we're just waiting for a meter to fill out or deplete. And so, well, rather than deal with that, let's clean up our screen a little bit. And do a couple of things. There we go. There's a 1. I guess it can keep that up. Is there anything else I need to, like, really get rid of? The main persistent fear is, like, yeah, do I have anything sitting around on my screen that I need to be long-term worried about? Oh, we're at 98% hunger, so we could actually stop this momentarily. Okay, let's stop eating. Okay. Bed? Let's do bed. Oh, I see. Active sleeping. Oh, interesting. You can't have the stats menu out while interacting with it. I wish you kind of could, considering there's so much going on the side. It does strike me as the kind of game that really is meant to be played largely idly, but who knows? Maybe they're like... Take a look. 55%. Oof. Here. At the very least, I'm going to go into the menu. We're going to turn full screen off. Okay. Thank you, menu fairy. We could also change the colors, which we might actually want to do. Okay. So I'm going to turn mutant background off, keep that on, resize background, no. But we do want to have this on, what is it, 4 times? I think 5 times is going to be the ideal. Let's get a display capture up in here. All right, there we go. Because I've got a second incremental game that I can kind of mix into this, so that we're at least doing something while we're doing something. So now that I've cleaned up my window the rest of the way, I forgot I had Discord on. Do we actively sleep? The main thing is I feel like I'm losing valuable time on resting. Oh no, this is eating. We've already eaten. Get out of here. No baby bottle. Let's close out of this. I'm sure the baby will be okay. Let's train some int before the baby gets too old. Okay. How do I... Oh. Oh. Right, left, left. Or right, left, right. Oh, okay. I do like the active minigames. Like, I think they're actually kind of a neat idea of keeping this game active. On the flip side, I do find many of them maybe a little bit too brain dead. That I almost... You know what? I wish this had, like, Picross or something. That you're just solving Picrosses as a bonus. Like, pack a bunch of different minigames in. Picross, crossword puzzles, trivia. So instead of, like, light minigames, you're just, you just pick your favorite minigame and go. I think that actually would be kind of swell. I recognize that would take, like, a way more way more effort than probably this game really wants. But on the flip side, I don't know. I was trying to think of, like, how you would make an incremental Picross game earlier today. Because I had been thinking specifically of Rusty. And how, like, I needed something else to kind of mix in. And so eventually I was like, oh yeah, of course, I should just do incremental soup. It's like the most obvious thing ever. Okay, I'm gonna make this a bit smaller. There, perfect. We can have exactly... Oh, we got that one. Convenient. There we go. You know, incremental soup just makes sense because, well, of course, I'm playing incremental games. So I might as well just mix an incremental with another incremental. Interesting. Do you lose experience on training? I have no idea. Let's see. What was I going to say as part of this? But yeah, just stacking a bunch of idle, like very idle incremental games simultaneously. You know, it's maybe a little bit too much. There's definitely kind of an overload to it, but it's, I don't know. It gives me something to do during the slow points of other ones. And like this one, I truly could actually just hang out the back. I just wanted to see what happens when you hit that timer. I'm assuming they grow up a little bit. Okay. So it looks like training takes a little bit longer. Congrats, your hero's now a toddler. They're not quite full grown, it'll take a bit longer. Warning, 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 tutorial incoming. Oh, good. Let's dive in. When the timer is up, your Yolk hero will grow into an adult and be able to quest. Quests are very exciting, but also very long. However, don't think that means you need to just sit there and watch them. It's a companion game. Your little hero will be okay if you leave them alone for any length of time. Don't be afraid to let it idle in the background, and only check in on your hero periodically. Also, don't be afraid to close Yolk heroes. Even when the game's off, your hero will continue to do what you've told them to do. But for now, go back to the tasks at hand. An indicator of your hero's general mood will always be shown here. Keep an eye on the hero, their actions, and what they might need. That's everything you need for now. We'll talk more when your hero is fully grown, so we've got a while. Look at that, the Yolk has started to walk. Our little hero is a toddler now. That means they need a little more looking after. Soon the hero will be old enough to go on quests. Look after them well, Guardian Spirit. We'll talk when they're old enough to quest properly. Just remember, all of Fairy Kind depends on your success in this mission. Bye-bye. Okay, so what is this? Tutorial coming your way. I love tutorials. Great, great, great. Before you're grown up and can set off on quests, why not run a few errands for people around the guild hall? You'll advance automatically during errands and quests, walking ever towards your goal. If you want the hero to go faster, you can help them out, alternating Z and X in a steady rhythm, and you'll walk faster. You can check your progress on the right. How far down the hero's walk shows how close you're getting. You'll encounter various monsters during errands. The hero will need to defeat them to carry on with their quest. The hero acts on their own during battles, but you can help them out if you want. When the hero attacks, press Z key at the right time to give them a small damage boost. When defending, same deal. When your elf grows, it's going to gain a class. Classes have specific equipment and skills only they can get. Classes also have strengths and weaknesses against certain monsters. If you need to change your class, try the Fairy Kiss item. If your hero falls in battle, they'll return back to town and all quest progress will be lost. They'll be okay though, don't worry. Ah, hello. Could you bring me some of the psalms from the local church? It'd be a great help. A barrel appears. Hench is preparing to attack. Okay, this is kind of great, actually. Like, obviously, it's very minor on the interaction perspective, but like, oops, missed. I like it how I'm getting gold out of these fights, too. Now, I should probably actually, like, chill, because at the moment it's fine. There's not much going on. So we're good on these. So I'm just going to pop over to Increlution for a bit. I'm just going to kind of queue up both of these. And let's take a look at Rusty's retirement a little bit. Oh, right, of course. I need to actually plant some seeds, as I have, like, none planted. So the one if you haven't seen me play Rusty's retirement, what I'm doing is planting X amount of crops to unlock the next crop. We're also, like, selling them and using them to buy various things. So we need to plant some more leeks, we need to plant some more carrots, and we need to plant corn. How many leeks? 12 leeks. Okay, then 6 carrots. Only 6. And then some corn. And just plant those, and then it'll just run automatically. Let's take a look. This is going fine, so now we can go back to looking at Hench as a portrait of what they're going to look like. Oh, gear menu. Sounds useful. Okay, this is the gear menu. From here, you'll be able to see your stats, equip gear and items, help you make sure you're ready for whatever lies ahead. Choose gear that's compatible with the hero's class. Also, some gear has special effects and powerful skills. Huh. I kind of dig this game. I think my only beef is that I wish it was maybe a little bit more idle, Increlution style, and and the mini games were something else? Maybe, I don't know. I think it's a mix. Oh, the psalms are gathered from the church. Wonderful. They're quite the helpful little thing. Quest complete. Gold collected. Experience gained. So, not a bad idea. Let's take a look at our stats, though. Energy is going to be a little low. It seems like training cost me the most. I'm wondering, it says experience minus, so I wonder if we train better if we are, if we have more experience. I need some oil for my armor joints. Could you pop over to the blacksmith and gather some? The order has already been put in. Okay, so let's take a look. What are we doing? Okay, so it looks like we need to just kind of keep queuing these up. After exploring the area, you found a lake. There appear to be fish in it. Perhaps you can catch some. Alright, we should probably also queue up. Catch and cook fish. Let's take a look at Rusty for a little while. Because we can convert the green stuff into like a bunch of gold. Which we should probably do to some degree. Let's take a look at what upgrades we can get as well. Because we can get more robots that help us farm. We can get more storage units, stores crops, and grants easy access to them. Source of clean water. That wouldn't be a bad idea. How big is it? Okay, it's a little big. A bench where Rusty can rest. Bulldozer and a biofuel converter. Well, we don't need a biofuel converter. I guess maybe what we do is get up to 1,000 so I can get Haiku's house? There we go. Okay, so it looks like I really don't need to help out in combat. The main thing that helps, I think, is walking, actually. Because the fights are quick enough. Like, we just attack as soon as we hit the end, but if you're pressing Z and X, you will walk faster. So, back to Incurlution for a bit. The cave appears to mostly consist of stone. It's probably useful for construction. Also seems there's an exit to the other side of the cave. Sadly, it seems to be a rather big spider preventing passage. So we're just gonna kind of chill. Mostly, I think, keep our character alive. Because in Incurlution, you're constantly losing health at whatever this rate is, and so that's gonna just dip down. Let's see. Looks like it's gonna take a while to get that house done. Okay, so we've got the carrots. I guess I'm just gonna plant a bunch of corn in all of these empty spots. Just to give myself something kind of to do. Seeing as I've got like a gazillion robots and a bucket. But yeah, actively attacking really doesn't seem to make much of a difference here. Because that meter fills like really quickly anyway. I guess it probably helps a little bit more and, well, does it help a little bit more? Oh, you get a damage boost, of course. It helps a little bit more in, like, active combat situations because of the damage boost. It goes faster and presumably you take less damage. It does look like we are a toddler ready to rumble. Oh, oil retrieved from the blacksmith. Well met. Now my armor is smooth like butter. That's... Smooth like butter is not what I would have called that, but whatever. Okay, so let's take a look at our stats. Is it... Oh, energy does drop. I think we're gonna have to work on a couple of these things after. Let's do exactly strength training, I think. Because I want to see what happens. It doesn't... I'm confused as to why it costs me experience. Because I would have assumed it would have been like a big boost to like stats or something. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm getting like, I'm gonna call it kind of Digimon vibes. And I'd actually almost say I'd love to see this get adapted at some point to be kind of, to be a Digimon game, if that makes sense. Oh, and it's still not always on top. Oh, there it is. Okay. I just wanted to cover my start bar. No reason to have that shown. I kind of like this incremental soup setup. Because there's a number of like really incremental games that I want to go back and like do videos on or something. I don't know if I'm quite ready to like do... Last time I played an incremental game, I was talking about like potentially turning it into kind of like a weird podcasting. I think I still want to do that, but it might be a later deal. But the idea of like, yeah, just playing some idle incremental games on the side while I talk about a topic, they're just simple enough that I can kind of just do them automatically, but it gives me something to have running in the background, so that it's not just like pure me talking. It would definitely be a little bit more like off the cuff than anything else. Okay, so we are way too tired to be doing anything else. So that means, unfortunately, we need to do sleep, which is slow as beans. Our hero is going to spend most of their adolescence in bed. I mean, I might be able to, like, hijack it upwards. But I think this gets me like 1% energy per, if even. Did that put me at 9? No, it doesn't even do that. Like, some aspects of this do make me wonder if it's exactly balanced. Sleeping especially feels like it should be something that you can kind of power through. Even though I know that's not how it actually works, it's, I don't know. It's the fact that these two timers are completely incongruous with each other. You know, you're gonna grow up in half an hour. By the way, it takes like 2 hours to fully restore your energy from sleeping. Good luck doing anything, kid. You should go to bed. And like, again, that's, I think, where you're supposed to play this game off camera. Or just let it run off camera. But even then, like, the early ages are kind of gone? I don't know. I wish it was one of those... I guess I brought up the Digimon thing for a reason, because it, like, when you were tired, you know, it'd be late at night and your Digimon... I'm specifically thinking Digimon World 1, by the way, but, you know, when your Digimon was tired, you would just head for the bed, go to sleep, and it would just instantly be the next morning. I don't necessarily know if that needs to be this, but, like, I've just spent all of that time to boost my energy by 5%, which is a little rough. Like, even with me actively doing this, it is still going to take probably a solid 5 to 10 minutes just to get my hero's energy up to a reasonable quantity, maybe. Hopefully there's items that, like, boost these. I think that would be almost maybe one of the best things you could possibly add to this game, is a bunch of, like, equipment and furniture and whatnot that improves the quality of sleep. Like, almost to the point where, like, what if we had, like, a really crappy bed, but we could upgrade it? You know, go do some quests for townsfolk, upgrade the bed, sleep faster, sleep better. Maybe that's going to be a thing, maybe not. Like, it feels like this game needs to be riddled with progression systems rather than just a couple of stats that go up. But again, that might just be kind of a me thing for how I want these games to be expressed. And also I've played a lot of similar-ish games. Magic Research, Arcanium Theory of Magic. What's the other one? I think it was called, like, Your Chronicle. I still haven't actually done a video on that one because I barely understand it. And I should probably set up and give it a shot at some point. Let's see. I guess I should take a look at Incurlution while we're here. What are we missing? Fish. Does it tell me? Okay, yeah. 160 out of 300 to unlock the ability to do it automatically. Looks like a lot of these we're going to have to do quite a number of times. I guess it wouldn't be a bad idea to go out of my way to get, like, the stone cart and the stone hut. Because both will reduce my health drain. I don't know. I'll just kind of do whatever. Also take a look at Rusty. We're actually making a lot of biofuel that I can sell, which is a little... I don't actually know which is more cost-effective down there. Selling the crops or converting to biofuel. Because I think it's 1 biofuel to 10 gold. I could do the math for it, if I wanted to. This is agonizing. How are we doing energy-wise? Like, I've just slept enough that we can go train one more time, and then we're going to be out of energy. Unless eating maybe gets me some. There was the thing about eating does have an added benefit. Yeah, let's go feed the kid. I guess let's do some other things. This is gross. This is really... Between one of my breaks, Shell expressed some dissatisfaction with this game because it is too incremental and maybe a little bit too mundane. I certainly am hitting that a little bit. I can very much see why people would like this. It's got the same vibes as Tamagotchi, like back in the day. Okay, bladder solved. Hygiene. Yeah, we can do this to ourselves. I'm like, okay, I will say, of all the, like, basic upkeep minigames, everything but sleeping is fine. You know, taking a dump, quick. Hygiene, reasonably quick. Sleeping, agonizingly slow. It makes sense from, like, a realism standpoint, but from, like, a video game standpoint, it's maddening. And again, I think I'm coming at this from the perspective of, like, a too active play situation, but also... Yeah, there's another game I played. Why is there a wizard in my house? Does he have a quest for me? Can I do the quest? Need more energy. Sorry, wizard. I need to sleep. Wait, I can talk to him. How are you, tiny human? Oh. That's not a cleric. I hope growing up here has been good. Okay, right, we're gonna feed the kid. Okay, I should probably reincarnate. Now, it doesn't look like there's an active minigame for eating. So I guess we're just gonna have to let the kid chow down on sandwich. Oh, we can also queue these up. I mean, I can do that. But I guess we're just gonna hang out. I don't know. At least the kid's feeling a little bit better. The main issue is the sheer lack of energy. Oh well. I guess let's go focus on farming or something. So what do we got? We've got onions. What do we need for this one, though? So I'm gonna need more leeks, more corn, and more lettuce. I need more... 16 more. Okay. I did pick the correct seed, right? I hope so. I don't know how much it matters. Oh yeah, and Haiku is actually helping out. So the game on the bottom, I might as well introduce these, seeing as we've been playing for a little bit. So, Rusty's Retirement is just an idle farming sim that sits at the bottom of your screen. It's very basic, but it's super charming, and the pixel art is great. And you might recognize this character from Haiku the Robot, a Metroidvania I played a while back that I thought was quite good. But never went too much further on just because there's so many Metroidvanias all the time. And then just didn't have enough time to, like, finish it, sort of. Yeah. Okay, do we want to get, like, some more robots up in here? Maybe. Seems like I could use maybe one more water bot. Then I might put, like, a well here. Oh, you know what? Maybe we get a well down. Do I have enough money? I don't want to put it there in the middle, but I could put a well right here. I actually know what these are. Yeah, they're probably the watering bots. Because some of these are horizontal. That's a harvesting bot. That's a biofuel bot. So these are probably all four of my water bot upgrades. Yeah, I'm gonna probably just get another well over here. I'll put it in the bottom. Okay, and we might as well convert a bunch of biofuel over to money because we actually have a ton. Oh, what do we think? Another 2 water bots? We're gonna have to save up the 6,000 if we want to get that. Though, I could actually set up farming over here. I shouldn't be that lazy. Yeah, so we don't have a barn or anything else. Oh. I do like the fact that you can queue up the actions. I think that feels good. I just wish sleeping was the one thing that wasn't realistic. Okay. I guess we're just gonna load these up over on Increlution. And yeah, I guess we're gonna change our attention back to Yolk Heroes for a bit. But yeah, I don't think there's really like much of a end goal or anything for Rusty's retirement. It's mostly just to scale up as much as possible. You can actually go pretty far out if you want to. I think in both directions too. I haven't really looked this way. And there's like a bunch of upgrades for robots and whatnot. It's charming. I played it a little while ago and I rather liked it. And so it's going to be kind of my go-to incremental game to kind of add to the mix. Same thing with Increlution. It is a linear story-based game with some branching, I guess. Mostly a linear story-based game. That you are constantly losing health, so you have to keep yourself fed to keep your HP high. But eventually you starve to death because your gnawing hunger is all-consuming and ever-growing. And so you have to constantly be, like, catching fish and gathering berries and building, like, huts to reduce your health decay and campfires to help you cook fish so it's better eats than eating it raw, Smeagol style. It's super charming, and I've always wanted to actually finish it, but it does take a while, and it is also the most idle incremental game I have on my list, and so these are probably going to be my two staples that pop up whenever I play an overly incremental game. Anyway, yeah, I should probably have introduced them earlier when I actually added them, and maybe I'll go back in and explain it a little bit more. But anytime you see me play an incremental game, they're probably going to pop up. And if you haven't seen them before, they're both really cool. I actually like them quite a lot. And yeah, very much kind of in the same vein as Yolk Heroes. Just let it run in the background. There is no problem with doing so. How are we doing on energy on this poor kid? 27%. Oy vey. You go out, you swing your stick for a bit, then you sleep for 3 hours. I don't know if this is a toddler or an old man. It feels like a kid would have a little bit more energy than this. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's fine. I think it's very much kind of forced downtime to make it more incremental. I think that's the issue, though, is the forced downtime exactly. So to kind of contrast almost immediately with, like, the games that I have, Rusty's retirement, the only downtime is lack of money, which really isn't that big of a deal. You just kind of wait for that to go back up again, and you can spend it on more. And you can always be buying more seeds. You know, it's not like it's forcing you to... let's see. Forcing you to plant more. So we need 6 corn, which, like, some of this I might have already planted. There's quite a number of these that are, you know, in the field already. But so, as a result of, how would I describe it? As a result of the only limitation being money, you kind of can just play this game, a little bit more actively. It never really feels like you're hard-locked by anything. Whereas here, sleeping doesn't do me any good. You know, I'm not making any kind of progress while I'm doing it. I'm getting back up. It's like, walking back to the Pokemon Center in Pokemon. Well, no. Okay, so walking back to the Pokemon Center in Pokemon or the Inn in a JRPG or something, you go back to those to, you know, get your stats back. However, there's the added constant risk of, if I run into a bad encounter now, I'm hosed. And so, usually going back to the Poké Center to heal is actually some of the most dramatic points of, like, an RPG. Because if you get ganked in a bad way, you're hosed, and that's brutal. And then as soon as you're there, it's like dee-dee-dee, dee-dee-dee, and then you're back to full health. And so, one of my problems with, you know, this format, at least at the moment, is very much just the feeling of, like, I am mostly just sitting here and waiting before I can get back out there. There is no risk getting back to bed, and the inn and the Pokemon Center take a very, very long time to roll. Now, if we were doing cool things while we were dreaming, that'd be one thing. But the fact that I'm just, like, slowly trying to fill this meter so I can maybe go on one more quest before we're done. And again, maybe there's progression systems that I don't know about that are going to make sleeping much more viable. And it would be a different thing entirely if the active minigame was much more powerful for sleeping. Again, though, this is me coming from the perspective of somebody that actively wants to actively play most idle games. Or at least, maybe not actively play, but, just not be in bed all the time. Let's see. Okay, so we have wood. I guess we gotta just keep catching fish. Yeah, so there's our answer. Because the more of each of these we do, see how it says 190 out of 300? If we catch 110 more fish, it gets this little automation symbol, and that means we will automatically catch fish, like for every subsequent run, and that's true for every single one of these. And so eventually the game plays itself up to the point where you'd left off last time. It is a lot of time spent not progressing, but that's okay. Because there's the feeling of like, every time you fall, you still get faster. These little blue bars increase the speed at which you do every single one of these things. So if you notice, the yellow bar is the current live skill level, and then the bottom one is the your like permanent skill level, and the two will multiply off of each other. So generation versus instinct results in total. And so I guess this is exactly maybe why I'm coming up with this complaint for Yolk Hero, is that like I need to be able to gain experience in sleeping. That like if this game has a prestige system, this bar, the more I sleep, the more the bar permanently goes down. As nonsensical as that is. And so like, you know, eventually by the 5th or 6th hero, sleeping only maybe takes like 10 minutes instead of 2.5 hours. It doesn't need to be that way, but it feels like that would be really nice. And who knows, maybe we actually do get to that point. Maybe there's some kind of like prestige-y, like, hey, you've beaten the game, or your hero's fallen in battle permanently, you know. Here's your talent tree of like things that you can spend experience on. I don't know. I think there's a lot of different ways to do that. I think there's also kind of a difference of design ethos. I used to know a guy that had an incremental game. I don't remember what it was called. This is like early days, kind of pre-Steam, where you just downloaded a game off of somebody's website. And it was just it was like Progress Quest or something to that extent. Maybe. But effectively the game was constantly running, and it was just a hero running around fighting monsters and leveling up and gaining gear. But there were no like really meaningful statistics and nothing you do. You were just constantly going out and fighting more and more things. I think that's a fine enough system, but it did feel kind of disconnected, and I bounced off of it because it didn't seem interesting to me. And now that I'm a little bit older and I've tried some of the games in the genre, I can actually see the merit. You know, here we are constantly just catching and cooking fish and wood and whatnot, but we're gaining experience, so we do it faster. Here, we're slowly expanding the farm out, where we just got another well down and some more Wanderbots to keep this field, you know, as watered as possible. Let's see. Speaking of, do we want to get some more fields? Looks like we can only have 3x3s up here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a pair of fields out here. And do we get a harvest bot or a biofuel bot? I think I'll get a biofuel bot. We can consider some other things. We also have stores crops. Oh, that's for biofuel, probably. Let's see, but that's fine. All right, let's take a look. This is all queued up and nice and good. Oh, we can get back to this one. Oh yeah, how's our energy looking? 44%. This kid is going to grow up before I ever get to, well, this kid is going to grow up before they've even finished sleeping for one night. That's, ooh. And maybe if it was one of those that they had like a much bigger energy bar that took a long time to get through. It's mostly the fact that the, like, questing takes off a quarter of their energy bar. That would be kind of neat if, like, you were slowly depleting your energy over the course of, you know, a full real human day, and then you put the kid to sleep as long as you were at. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's one of those that the game almost needs to follow your own, like, sleep schedule or something. That, you know, have the kid sleep for 8 hours. Don't have the little mini game. But more or less, they go to bed as soon as you're supposed to go to bed. Huh. I wonder if that'd actually be a good way to fix certain people's sleep schedules. Where at the beginning of the game, you input some of your kind of basic, like, hey, when do you go to bed? Do you go to bed at 1 a.m.? Okay. So this kid is going to go to bed at 1 a.m. and they're going to be in bed for, you know, they're going to be in bed for 8 hours. You cannot play this game. It is not doable. So, you know, turn off your computer. This game will not be progressing while you're out. And maybe it's one of those that you have to take some, like, naps or productivity periods or something like that. But maybe sleeping gives you, like, a big EXP boost on, like, whatever you do afterwards. Or maybe that's it. Maybe sleeping only happens when you have the game closed. That rather the game running in the background, the character sleeps in the background. So it's one of those that you can only have it running all the time. I don't know. I feel like there's a bunch of different ways you could do it. But it'd be interesting to somewhat psychologically influence players to have good habits using a video game like this. Because I think the most agonizing part is, once again, this is the thing that I almost wish I was doing while I wasn't here. But because of how little energy this kid has, I had no choice. And it rankles. It's fine. I need to do a blog post video at some point about, like, the different ways to make a good incremental game. Because I've been playing a stupid amount of them at this point, and I think there's, like, a bunch of different ethoses that work. Oh, my farms are done. Okay, so let's take a look. I mean, this just seems to want a bunch of this stuff, so let's just chow down. Okay, because that wants 40. All right. Ooh. Now, what's the worst that could happen? That's 18... 30? 36. And then I think I planted, like, one more. So I actually am going to have to plant a little bit more than that. And we want to just keep doing this until we hit whatever this maximum vegetable is. Probably. Dude still... Oh, yeah. Dude's having some serious problems finishing this stone hut. And we want to automate that as much as possible, but it's fine. Yeah, I wasn't kidding. We really did have to spend 2/3 of this kid's adolescence in bed. Oh, we do have explore the area automated, but not the wooden hut. I'm just gonna put that there. Oops. I think the worst part about the active play is that you actively have to hit the target. I'm really bad at these. I always get distracted. Like, even though it's a split second, I'm just, like, going up and I'm like, huh, let's think about something else, and I miss it. But yeah, if I've been able to play, like, Picross this entire time, and maybe that's what I do the next time that we go full incremental soup, is that if it's overly idle, maybe I literally do just have Picross open. And that's just the one active thing. Who knows? I'm like, I can very much see this game being great for people that do want to just have something on the side monitor. It's clearly what it was designed for. I think I was just hoping I'd be a little bit more catered to for active play. Okay, so let's close out of this. Let's take a look at this kid. Oh, you're now a young, heroic adult, and the Adventurers Guild has finally admitted you as a full member. Time to start going on adventures. Warning, tutorial inbound. I'm ready. Great! To train, you need experience. Experience can be gained from defeating monsters on your adventures. You can only train a stat up to a certain cap. Level up during quests to increase that cap. You also need money to exchange for goods and services, like food or items. That can be collected from quests or selling items in the shop. Also some other ways to get money that you'll find later. When you've got your own money, you can head to the shop and buy items or buy or sell gear. Use items, open your inventory, select the item you'd like to use, right-click on it, and check your stats and equip items here, or quick access menu. And quest to save the land over here. Quest can be dangerous. If you fail, you will get scuffed up, but you'll be okay. You just need to train up and try again. Let's go to the shop. Oh, never mind. Our little Yolk hero has become big and strong, relatively. Now it's time for the hero to go on their first real quest. It'll be scary, there'll be many dangers, but you'll be here, my guardian spirit, to guide them and heal their wounds, to look after them when they're sick. Always point them in the right direction. You must help the Yolk hero quest across the land until you find the Frog Lord. And then you must stop them. You know, beat them up. We'll make Fairy a frog-free realm. Good luck, my guardian spirit. Just remember, all of fairy kind depends on your success in this mission. Seriously, it's getting quite dire, actually. Haha. Bye-bye. Okay, so we no longer have a timer, so we can do whatever the heck we want. Okay, so let's see what I can buy. Stopwatch. Shortens the next activity time by a little bit. Medicine heals sickness. Ramen fills hunger. Coffee restores energy, so that's going to be useful. We can also get herb for 10 HP. Ether, strength plus, buffs strength by 25 for a little while. Vanish Vanny, no random encounters in Musk. Many more random encounters. We can get a smoke bomb to escape fights. Upgrade items, can't do. And then we also have gear, which... yeah, we don't have much of anything. Alright, so let's go back. Not much for me to do. I have no equipment. And I have no items. I do have a Fairy Kiss. I think that's for changing classes, which I don't know if we can do that yet. Let's take a look. Not quite so small anymore, are you? You look very brave. You look good. Okay. Wait, did it just reset all of my stats up to 80%? Well, that's slightly agonizing. Alright, whatever. All roads. Let's do this. Energy 5. Oh, so this quest is way less problematic. Why if it isn't... oh, no. He looks kind of like Red. Why if it isn't the youngest member of the Adventurers Guild? You want to stop the Frog Lord? Yeah, don't we all? More immediately, though, we have a rat problem. The terrible rat champ keeps punching all of our livestock. Also, why is our hero wielding a giant hammer? That's one heck of a sprite. Even his droppings are too evil for most of us poor villagers to handle. Also, we don't want to, it's stinky. We need your help. And if you do this for us, the village has a full set of adventuring gear for you. The rat champ is out in the field, surrounded by his evil droppings. Good luck. Oh boy. A poop appears. That's something. I gained experience from fighting evil poop. What? Metal poop. Oh boy. Well, unlike a metal slime, not that doesn't have a whole lot of experience, and also not that powerful. I guess not that durable. Like, killing metal slimes in Dragon Quest is a giant pain in the butt. I would love to see a much more, like, I want to say just full incremental Dragon Quest game where, you know, you don't start with the baby Tamagotchi bits. It's mostly a factor of, like, you're just exploring tile by tile and fighting things. And so, you know, maybe it's only an incremental game that lasts for, like, 5 hours, but it has kind of like a much more, I don't want to say tactile feel. I think this is fine. I think I was just, I'd love to see a, like, tile-based map in the mix, just for extra nostalgia. The fights are nice. Like, the quests I think are very much my favorite part of the game, which is, I think, maybe part of the reason why I was finding the sleeping to be the most arduous part. I wonder if eventually we make enough money that we can just, like, hype this poor kid up with just, like, oodles of coffee. Because, like, there's a possibility where you specifically, there's the possibility where, I mean, it's like 80 gold for a coffee. Like, you might be able to just, like, quaff endless amounts to keep your HP up and never sleep. Even from this, we're kind of making enough money that we could get our hands on, like, a coffee. I guess the main question is how much does it... Oh, hey, we leveled up. So our stat caps have gone up. So it seems to be 25. Across the board, or almost 25 across the board. I'm wondering about when you level up. We have a thing here? Eyes. Okay, so that's just events. Okay, Rat Champ. I'm the Rat Champ. I punch whatever I choose. Sometimes I punch livestock. Sometimes I punch villagers. Now I'm gonna punch you, and then you're going to lose. Ah, I am undone. How can I be bested by one so young? I don't know if that rhyming was intentional. You've defeated the Rat Champ. He was the champion of all rats. Good work. The rats in town are incredibly demoralized. As promised, here, a full set of adventuring gear. Received adventurer's sword, armor, and shield from Townie. May not be a lot, but it should help you get your footing as an adventurer. Hope you manage to defeat the Frog Lord. Good luck. Bunch of gold collected experience, and we have a new quest unlocked. Oh, my guardian spirit. You've helped the Yolk hero complete their first quest. Good work. Keep it up. I know you'll be able to stop the Frog Lord and save Fairy Kind. There's not much more for me to teach you, so good luck on your quest, my guardian spirit. Know that I'll always watch over you. Bye-bye. I almost feel like we could have skipped over the You Are a Child section. Okay, so I want to try a coffee. What is our energy at? 75. If I quaff... Oop, nope, that's not it. Here. Use coffee, hence revitalize, but by how much? 15%. Yeah, no joke, coffee is incredible. Okay, how do we equip? Are we equipped? No. Adventurer's sword, Adventurer's armor, and Adventurer's shield. So that gives us a decent amount of stats. I see. So we are currently at 20 strength, 16 dexterity, and 18 intelligence. So we're not quite at maximum. But we're kind of close. I think we just do another quest or two. Okay, so we already did all roads. Start somewhere. I wonder if we get, if we refight the Rat Champ, if we get the same amount of money. Help, 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 help! My village is being terrorized by the horrible bandit orc. He named himself that. We didn't come up with it. Hero, you have to help us. We can't use the roads unless he's defeated. We're getting really bored not having anywhere to go. We like using the roads. Defeat the terrible bandit orc. Drive him from our lands, please. We'll make it worth the danger. Okay, so well that goes. Oh, missing stone. I'm just gonna queue up a gazillion things while we're out, and let's go questing. I do think like once you get past the toddler stage, it's not as bad. A Rat Champ appears. Oh, they're just a regular feature now, and worth a lot of gold, and we've leveled up. But yeah, once you get past the toddler stage, I think the game gets considerably better. Sleeping is still going to be, I think, somewhat of a grump on my end, but that's the point of... That is the point of coffee. That, you know, you can do kind of like a long training phase and sleep and just leave the game running in the background, but then switch over to, let's see. Then switch over to combat, and that's when you're kind of, or combat adventuring, that's when you're actively playing, drinking coffee and whatnot. Or not, like you really can just play it full auto. Still wish I was solving Picross puzzles instead of just pressing Z and X. But I think maybe I just haven't played Picross in a while and it's infecting my brain. Oh, we're getting a lot of levels here, actually. Unfortunately, it just raises my overall stat cap. So I'm gonna have to go back and train. At some point I'll have to teach myself how to program or something so I can make one of these games. It'd be kind of fun to actually get into Probably exclusively incremental games, or like visual novels, or both. Maybe like an RPG Maker thing, I don't know. That's like way later down the line. My problem right now is like, I'm already juggling too many eggs. I've got the main channel, I've got the secondary channel, I've got maybe a tertiary channel, I've got, you know, just being social, going outside, exercise, cleaning. Today is somewhat of a cleaning day, and I'm procrastinating with Yolk. I haven't paid any attention to Rusty's retirement in a little while. Looks like we're fine. You face the great bandit orc. If you want to use the road, you pay the toll or you go in the hole. I don't know why I was making him kind of a pirate, but whatever. Yes, I go in the hole. Hench prevails, gain experience and gold. The bandit orc is defeated. We're free to travel again. Thank you, hero. Now that the roads have opened up, the path to the merchant is clear. But that road to the merchant is crawling with rats. The other way leads to the dangerous land of the geese. I'd be wary of that direction. Geese can be very dangerous, however. If you want to reach the Froglands, you'll have to pass through the land of the geese eventually. So you're the new hero everyone's buzzing about. I'm a hero too. I'm not gonna let you show me up. I'm gonna become a legendary hero. Don't you doubt it. Quest complete. Okay. So new quest unlocked. So my assumption is we can refight monsters as much as we want, but why are they angry? Okay. I mean, I guess I should probably do the basic stuff. They don't like it when I touch them, I guess. That makes sense. Alright, let's do the fact that this is a thing. Oh right, I can't actually, like, click. The fact that this is a thing is so goofy. I'm curious if it ends preemptively, because it's got a timer. Because it's the same timer every time, like if I let it get worse. Not sure. One way or another, we have a lot of money, so I can buy a whole bunch of coffee if I really wanted to. I think what we do is probably get our stats up. I also don't quite know what intelligence and dexterity get for us. I was hoping we'd have, like, magic. Oh, but that's going to be a class thing that we get at a later date. Because, yeah, currently I haven't seen anything about, like, magic or extra abilities. And I don't know at what level we get a class, and I don't think we're going to get to the point where we find that out, unfortunately. Not in this video. Maybe in my next incremental soup where I have this in the mix as well, though I'd probably really leave it in the background. It's kind of like where Rusty's is at, frankly. But that's fine. I mean, I do like the incremental games that fully play themselves. I think for this one, the ability to semi-actively play it is what's messing with me. Maybe. Alright. Kid's in a really good spot. They're maybe getting a bit hungry. Let's, have we actually done food with them? Oh, I see. They eat a sandwich and they just go straight up to full. If only everything else was that easy. Oh, did that also? Interesting. Oh, so we only get some free food. Otherwise, we're going to have to buy it. But it gave us some energy, too. That makes sense. I guess let's just keep training strength, though. We want to be able to one-shot things. But I think this is a good stopping point, at least for now. I like the idea of this game. I think I have some foundational grumps about the format, but that mostly boils down to it is either too idle for me or not active enough for me. And it's reconciling the two of those is going to be a little bit complex, and I don't think it really needs to do that. It's just one of those where it's like, I love the idea of the format. Going out on a JRPG quest, like, as normal. And maybe part of it is also just I'm not a big Tamagotchi fan. That I had one, and I barely used it. I had a little, like, Pika-Walker. Poke-Walker? Whatever the, like, little Pikachu walker thing. That, would slowly like build vaults and you could use it to gain like experience or something in gold and silver. I had that until my mom lost it. I'm like, I thought that was cool. Kind of sucks that she lost it because, well, no way it would have survived up until, you know, my adulthood. I actually really wish there were some mobile games that kind of did that to like convince me to go walking a little bit more. Not that I need to be convinced. I usually walk at least 3 miles a day. But you know, a little bit more is always appreciated. What was I gonna say as part of that? All of that, I don't know. But the act of like taking care of the hero in terms of like hygiene and going to the bathroom doesn't really jive with me, but the rest of it does. And so I wish it was a little closer to Digimon World. But on the flip side, I can see why people would like this. It very much does carry on the spirit of like what a Tamagotchi is, but with a little bit more of like actual gameplay. Some active play, so you can speed things along if you want to. And then, you know, a bit of a story. Not much of one, but it's there. And also the pixel art and just animations are lovely. Oh, we never messed with the palettes, did we? Not that that matters too much. Let's see, window scale palette, default, icy, pink, oil, blush. Hell yeah. Ooh, that's some blush right there. Or blush. I have no idea how to actually pronounce it. It's odd because, like, it is my ancestral tongue. No, it's fine. Oh, goofed that one. Whatever. Anyway, I think with all this said, it's a good stopping point. We could do a little bit more training, probably. Yeah, it looks like we can do plenty. Well, we're running out of experience is the main thing. Because I think I can only do this... Oh, no. It looks like if I want to do a second strength training, it would actually cost me more experience and energy. So I want to do some of the other ones? Maybe. Either way, the other thing is we no longer have the time limit that we did when they were kind of baby and adolescents. And I think to some degree, I think that's fine that they had time limits, but maybe I wish that they had functionally infinite energy. Or at least training wasn't super draining on them. Whereas like here, it's not so bad because there's no imaginary time pressure. And also, the keeping the egg warm and like making sure it has peak stats, mostly meaningless seeing as you can be at stat cap. It's not like this hero was ruined just because they weren't perfectly raised. Though I think I did a fine job of it. So, I don't know, it's probably fine. And also, this active play, it really does just save time. Because, yeah, I get a dexterity every time I do, but it depletes the meter and makes it go faster. So I could just leave this running in the background and gain or lose nothing. So I'll have to come back and maybe think about it again at a later date. Once when I play like another incremental soup and I'm just like, yep, let's just queue up a bunch of things and then just leave this in the background and check up on it every once in a while. Either way, just to say, I guess once again, that Yolk Heroes a long time ago is out now on Steam, and it's $8 normally down to I think $7.20 for launch, which is a fine price for what it is. It's definitely not going to jive with every incremental fan, but if you're looking for something real idle, this one's probably going to be quite satisfying. It's got way more production value than most, and that's a serious plus in my book, and the kind of fun nostalgia is neat too. But for now at least, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know, and if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. I kind of forgot to play this. I guess that is a good mark in Yolk Heroes' book, is that it can make me forget to play my other idle games. I think it's mostly just the fact that active play reduces the timer substantially. Is what it is.